Hey everyone, welcome to week 13 of class. This week we will be in two different chapters of our textbook looking at chapter 16 discussing LGBTQ and chapter 17 discussing people in the military. So this video is just going to be a quick overview of how we're going to navigate this week. So we're in our textbook, we've got some supplemental course material to engage in, and then Group C will be leading us in our discussion this week. So it's our final, Group C, this is your final primary post, hooray. So let's check out our Moodle book. We'll talk a little bit about content this week and what we're getting into. So again, in our textbook, we are in chapter 16, persons who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning. And chapter 17, persons within the military. And of course, we're always looking at that duality, people who thinking about how is it similar and different with people with substance use disorders or addictive disorders who also are within these diverse groups and diverse populations. Here's a really cool webinar from NADAC about combat trauma and addiction. And then for this week's assignment, our discussion forum, you're going to want to review this denial of tenure, a case study about Jenny. So check this out and read this. We are looking at all sorts of different aspects of Jenny's identity and looking to discuss that in our discussion forum this week. So also review content from week 6 to participate in the discussion forum. So specifically chapter 7 in your textbook and the chapter 8 from a Robinson and Wood publication, which I've provided a link to there. Optional material this week is a chapter out of that Lawson textbook, working with gay men and lesbian women with addiction concerns. Again, it's optional and recommended because there's some really good kind of foundational information there, but even you see the language in the title of that chapter, a lot has changed. We've developed a lot since this chapter was published. So it's worth skimming over and checking out, but know that it's foundational and that there's been other research that is newer than that. So next up's assignments for this week. Again, engage in that course content that I just discussed. We'll have a discussion forum this week. Group C will lead us. And then next week, we will discuss working with diverse populations. And Group D will lead our final discussion. Oh my gosh, we are almost at the end of the semester, everybody. So I'll do a separate video to talk about the assignment in more detail. But engage in this content, head on over to that homepage or shoot me an email if you have questions. And yeah, I'm looking forward to engaging in this topic a little bit more. I hope that you find the discussion forum a little bit different this week and interesting. Thanks, everybody.